Eat almonds every day for glowing skin, healthy hair, and to lower your cholesterol. This is what you will probably hear from everyone, but how much, and when to take are often the questions that are left unanswered and scattered. Today, I will show you easy and delicious ways in which you can include almonds in your everyday eating. I will tell you the right way to eat almonds daily without having digestion problems, because that's what happens when you overdose on nuts just because you think it's good for you. I am Shrikant Singh and welcome to our channel Happy Bellyfish. Almonds are very high in mono and polyunsaturated fats. They are a rich source of protein and are a rich source of vitamin E, which fights free radicals and helps you age with a healthier mind and body. It's also a very rich source of biotin, considered to be very good for your hair. Almonds are great for lowering LDL or bad cholesterol. It improves memory, eyesight, prevents cataract, and is considered to even lower blood sugar and is a good friend of your heart. And this is why everyone is after almonds these days. But just because it is a superfood does not mean you eat a bag of it in one day and feel bloated like a balloon for the rest of the day. The best way to get all the benefits from almonds is to chew it very well. The skin on the outside is quite fibrous and it contains tannins, and the kernel too contains phytic acid, which is much higher than any other nuts or even beans. These are anti-nutrients that blocks the absorption of beneficial minerals to some extent that are present in the nut. So how do you get rid of the skin, and if you should eat them with or without skin? The first way to get rid of the skin is to soak the nuts in water for a few hours. This not only helps in peeling the skin off, but it also softens the nuts and makes it easier to chew and digest. If you have difficulties peeling the skin, then you can use a spoon or a small knife and make it easier. This will also remove the phytic acid to a large extent. The second way is to blanch them. The almond skin should come off much more easily. And the key difference here between soaked and blanched almonds is that soaked almonds are much softer and creamier. The blanched almonds are still hard. The third way is to roast. Roasting can be done with or without oil. This will not remove the skin, but it will reduce the amount of phytic acid to some extent, and it will make the nuts easier to chew. I roast the almonds with very little oil as it makes them much more aromatic and also does not dry them out further. You would like to dry roast almonds when you want to use the almonds as a topping on a cake or an ice cream, and when you want the nutty aroma and flavor and a hard texture to be present. Sometimes we all need that crunch. It is also okay to have raw almonds, but if you have experienced bloating and gas after eating nuts, then soaking them in water is the best way for you to have them. The skin does have fiber, but this is insoluble fiber and it's hard to digest. And digestion is the key here, because if you are unable to digest the food that you eat, then you do not get the nutrients you want from them. First of all, to eat nuts in a healthy way, you need a very simple routine. So soak a handful of nuts before you go to sleep. Now that you have soaked the almonds, how do you use them? One idea would be to take 4 to 5 almonds along with some dates, prunes or raisins in the morning, along with your breakfast or as a pre-workout food. The soaked almonds can be combined with your breakfast in several ways. Whatever you're having, make it healthier with some soaked almonds. You can chop them to make it much more easy to chew. This way you can add it to your smoothies, your porridges, and here like I'm adding it to my omelette. So I'm adding some dried basil, so it makes my omelette spicier, and some soaked almonds which I've chopped nicely. Let's look at some lunch ideas. For those who eat raw salads as a main or as sides, soaked or roasted almonds can be added to the salad bowl. You can chop some almonds and garnish your cooked grains. Here I have made some fried rice with some leftover and pepped it up with some chopped almonds. Let me show you now how you can make a simple seasoning with roasted almonds. So take a handful of roasted almonds, add half a teaspoon of black pepper, half a teaspoon of cumin, half a teaspoon of sumac, and crush them coarsely. That's how simple it is. This seasoning can garnish almost anything that you're having, from your salad to soups, avocados to grilled fish or even meat. You can make it in large quantities, store it in a jar, and use it for several days. When you make some waffles or pancakes with whole flours, which we quite often end up doing with kids, then make them more nutritious by adding 1 or 2 tablespoons of almond flour. Making almond flour is very easy. Just grind some roasted or unroasted almonds in a blender and there you have it. One more interesting preparation is ground almond paste. Take half a cup of almonds, and 1/3 cup of water and blend it into a fine paste. This can be added to your curries, your sauce, soups, and this gives a nice creamy, rich texture. One of my favorites as a child was to have badam milk or almond flavored milk. Making this is really simple. Boil a glass of cow's milk or any other milk that you have and add 1 tablespoon of ground almonds, 4 cardamom pods, and 1 teaspoon of sweetener. I am choosing jaggery or unrefined sugar. Bring it to a boil and then use a filter or a sieve so that you can remove the cream and the solids that most kids do not like. For me, this was an excellent after school drink and we had it warm during winters and cold during summers. I have made another video on a recipe for a nut-based protein powder that uses a lot of almonds, so do check it out. You will find its link in the description of this video. This way of taking almonds is especially great for children and teenagers as it will help them in bone development, boost their memory, and also helps them stay energetic. Talking about memory, please don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button and show us your support. But yes, not every kid loves milk without chocolate. So let's make a chocolate frappe with milk now. Add 1 glass of milk to a blender. Add 1 tablespoon of ground almond powder, 1 tablespoon of cacao powder, and some sweetener and blend it for about a minute. This way of eating almonds will replace that expensive milk flavoring powders that are sold as health supplements. They are loaded with sugar and they are very high in calories, and they also have ingredients that you do not want or even do not understand. And if, let's say, your kid or you are demanding for ice cream once in a while, then let me show you how you can make a very simple vegan ice cream. So take 1 cup of frozen bananas that you have chopped. Add 1 tablespoon of almond flour or ground almonds, 1 tablespoon of cacao powder, 1 teaspoon of honey, 1 teaspoon of coconut milk or coconut oil, whatever you have, and blend all these ingredients together. Some nudging will be needed here, and very soon you will have a nice, creamy, homemade, healthy and delicious ice cream. Almond butter is something that you can make at home just like peanut butter by roasting and then grinding it in a powerful blender at medium speed. And this can be your healthy spread on your bread. And how about almond milk? You will stop buying almond milk from the store when you see how easy it is to make. Take half a cup of soaked almonds and add 2 cups of water and blend it together for about a minute. Now take a cheesecloth and filter the solids out. These solids are something that you can dehydrate and dry and use them as a flour in your baking, or you can also use this as it is to thicken your curry or sauce. The store-bought almond milk has a lot of undesirable ingredients. It is not fresh and it is nutritionally poor. Most often it is not even made with 100% almonds. What we also don't realize sometimes is the type of almond we must eat. Not all almonds are the same and not everything is written on the label. The best type of almond that you must buy is raw almonds. Raw almonds are unroasted and unsalted almonds. If you can get hands on almonds straight from the farmer in small quantities, then you can also be assured that they have not been pasteurized using chemicals. The almonds that you see in your sweets and confectioneries or cakes and pastries are good once in a while to tame your desires and make you happy. We all love some nice cake and ice cream once in a while, but that is not the best way to eat almonds. And it will also load you on a lot of calories and sugar and refined flour that you do not want. For those people whose goal is weight loss and diabetes control, almonds should be consumed without excessive salt and definitely no refined white sugar. So don't look at a cake with almonds and think that, wow, this is the way for me to have almonds. Now the worst way to have almonds is to snack on them, especially at your work desk. So try not to keep them in a large jar next to your laptop or on the tabletop. You will finish it before you even know it. This snacking habit will eventually lead to bloating and constipation, and you will also end up feeling full when you should be actually eating your regular meals. So it does not matter how healthy these nuts may be, but not having a routine and a proper way of taking them may lead to developing an eating disorder and emotional eating, which is why it is essential to combine them with the foods that you're eating. Now, how much almonds should you take daily? This depends on your overall diet. If you have a lot of plant-based food in your diet like vegetables and legumes, then about 10 to 15 almonds every day is enough. The general recommendation though is about 23 almonds. Almonds are not your only source of nutrition, beneficial fats, and even vitamin E. There are other foods like mangoes, bell peppers, fish, collard greens, turnips, avocados, pumpkins. So the amount of almonds you will take in a day will depend a lot on what your overall diet looks like. It is not recommended to eat almonds for dinner as it is high in calories and your digestion is slowest when you're sleeping. Almonds are a versatile ingredient and an ancient superfood that can be a very small ingredient, a very small step in your journey of healthy eating. Now that I've shown you so many simple ideas, I hope you will try some of them. Do show us your love and I will see you soon in the next video.